Hello, for today's video I want to do something a little bit different. I started this YouTube channel 3 weeks ago and I've been learning a lot about making videos and how I think about money and what I want to share with this community. And I've been consuming a lot of other content creators' videos, watching them stuff cash, budget their money, save money, and I love it all. And it's really occurred to me that what the people in the YouTube community are doing when they share their money goals and progress is that we're all sort of about talking about wealth building. That we're all trying to better ourselves and our lives. And I thought that I would like to do a series of videos where I do a little bit of a deep dive into this topic and maybe start a conversation that hopefully you'll participate in. So this is direct from Google and hopefully not too boring, but I wanted to give like some foundation to what I'm thinking about and talking about. So Google says wealth building is the process of accumulating assets and income generating investments over time to achieve long-term financial security. It is distinct from simply having a high income, as it emphasizes using financial resources to create more wealth rather than just spending it. And I feel like that's a lot of what people in this community are doing. We're trying to, no matter what your income level, make yourself feel safe and secure. And you're going about ways to, secure your future. So according to Google, again, these are some of the core principles for building wealth. You create a financial plan and budget. You maximize savings and automate finances, eliminate high interest debt, invest consistently over time, diversify your portfolio, increase your income streams, protect your assets with insurance. And these are some common mistakes to avoid: ignoring lifestyle inflation, reacting emotionally to market changes, neglecting retirement savings, failing to diversify, not having an emergency fund, and overspending on depreciating assets like a car. So I went over that really fast intentionally because I do plan to come back in other videos and do a deep dive into each one of these bullets and go over a further conversation with you. I just wanted to throw the idea out there and talk about what does wealth mean to you. And one of the things that really popped into my mind when I asked myself that question is, a few years ago, I drove a used car. I bought in 2010, I purchased a 2000, so a 10-year-old Toyota 4Runner. And I drove it until 2022. So my car was 2022 when I purchased another vehicle. But in that time, it was an older car. It had a lot of miles on it when I purchased it, but I felt good. I did need to borrow a little bit of money to get that 10-year-old car, but I paid it off pretty quickly. But it broke down a couple of times on me. One time I was on the interstate driving to work, and I didn't know it at the time, but the timing belt went out, which is if you've ever driven a Toyota, that's a pretty common thing that happens with them. So the timing belt goes out. I'm on the freeway trying to get to work, and my husband at the time rescued me, got me to work, and but I did not have a lot of savings. It took it took my savings to tow the truck to the repair shop, and replacing that timing belt was over $1,000, and I did not have $1,000 saved to repair my car. So I had to go into debt to fix my car. And it was a scary, scary feeling because I'm thinking, how am I going to get to work? What am I going to do? Just all of this fear. And I know some of you out there have had that fear over one thing or another, whether it's medical bills or, something, the washer breaks, there's something in our lives that has triggered that, something that's some sort of emergency and you may or may not have the ability to pay for it. And now that was honestly a big wake up call for me. That one moment sitting on the freeway thinking, what am I going to do? And I've made a lot of changes and been able to do a lot of things differently since then. My car broke down now. I could afford to fix it. So but so yeah, and to me that feels like wealth. I am not a high income earner. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I don't live large. I have a very small budget that I operate on, but I do feel financially secure because I guess I'm not living, beyond my means. So yeah, I want to have a conversation about these ideas. One of the couple of things I'm doing, I just bought this book and I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but I wanted to introduce it. The Psychology of Money. I've heard great things about it. So I'm excited to read this and maybe share some insights from it. Timeless Lessons on Wealth, Greed, and Happiness. So I'm looking forward to that. Another idea I wanted to put out there for folks is I intend to start this. I've seen some other content creators participating in a challenge called 75 Hard. And 75 Hard started out as like a running sort of challenge, but someone has turned it into a 75 Hard financial challenge. Requires daily financial habits for 75 days without breaks. Oh my gosh, my dog is squeezing her toy. Ellie, stop, honey. So there's I don't want to start this during the holidays. I think that's setting anybody up for failure. So my intention is to start the 75 Hard Financial Challenge the 5th of January. So that's a Monday. My family's coming to visit for Christmas. They'll all be gone and I'll be rested and ready to start a challenge on January 5th, I've decided. So I wanted to put the idea out there and invite you to join me if you want to think about it. But some of the things are 3 key financial tasks: setting a daily expense or savings goal, increasing financial knowledge, doing something to improve your income. And the rules are no breaks, consistency, and mental toughness. And what I like about this is that you can make your own rules. There's no one telling you what to do, but you set up some things that'll be, something that you can do to improve your financial future. And it's just a daily, and the idea is to build habits. So I know that I feel like I have some pretty good habits, but I know that they can improve. So I'm looking forward to doing this and would love to invite you to join me. And then that's all of the rambling I want to do today, but I do like to bring in a little bit of cash. So I today have $2 and I want to put this into, let's see here, what I have been working on this month, the Nobody Should Freeze to Death in America. This is a fundraiser for the Sub-Zero mission brought to us by the YouTuber, The Grounded Dollar. And for me, this also kind of brings me back to wealth. I think I feel wealthy when I am able to help other people, that I have enough extra in my budget that I can share what I have. And my $2 is not a lot, but it's more than some people that are sleeping on the streets have. And so I want to share the little bit that I have. So I'm going to add $2 today. And then I will come back tomorrow and work on some mittens here. Put this in my binder. I think when I counted yesterday, I had $9. So this should make 11. And I'm just going to keep on working on this through the end of the month. I thank you for spending some time with me. Hope the rest of your October day or whatever day you're watching this is. Thank you. And I will see you tomorrow.